Hey everybody, it's Eric from Some Offense Taken Podcast. Just want to let you know this one is kind of split into two parts. Ben lost power halfway through the first half, so we brought someone else in and finished it up another day. So it's a lot of fun. Let's get to it. Also, don't forget, offensive content. Maybe. We'll see.
I've been watching this Japanese guy cook food on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting, actually.
Let me get Audacity up.
The things that they say is kind of funny. He's like, yeah, you're not supposed to use this, but at the same time, I have a stupid tongue. And I was like, a what? Like, to explain. He's like, it's a saying in Japanese, but it translates to English as stupid tongue, and it just basically means that you can't tell the difference between, like, small differences in food.
Is it like you have a shit palate, or like...
Kind of like you just, know what spring onion is?
Yeah.
I can't taste spring onion. It's nothing to me. Right?
Tastes like scallions to you. It's just some chewy grass.
It's just like it's just some chewy grass, right?
There's some things that are like that for me.
But other people can tell the difference if there's spring onion on it or not. So he's like, I have a stupid tongue. I can't taste it. And I was like,
Weird.
That's cool. I was like, I'm gonna use that one. Stupid.
That boy got that crack, man. Yeah.
For me, it's bitter stuff, and that's why I cannot stomach coffee. And like Brussels sprouts are difficult. Like I don't hate them. I just hate the bitterness. Even if you cook the fuck out of them, right? You steam them and then you cook them and you do like butter, salt. Nope, still taste it. Then I tried it with the balsamic blue cheese bacon, the 3B. Still can't, because it's just, that bitterness is all I fucking taste. The rest of it's great.
I can't eat what's it called? Avocado.
I think it just tastes like wet grass.
It's paste. Like the consistency is disgusting.
I can't just do like straight avocado, like only avocado by itself. No, I have to have something with it.
It's a good fat.
Yeah,
it is a very good fat, but I don't think it adds anything. Like if you need fat in something, yeah, eat it. But like,
and sometimes it actually does. Oh my god, sometimes it actually does take away from the food.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a bacon avocado barbecue burger. I'm like, just fucking eat a burger, dude.
Well, no.
That's why people are dying from heart attacks.
Fine, but it depends on the food.
Like, yeah, it's just people put too much shit on stuff now, like Instagram food, right?
Like Lauren loves Panera and everything, so she got the sandwich for me. It was like chicken and avocado, and I swear to God, it was 2/3 avocado and 1 part chicken. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
Of course.
Yeah, where's the chicken?
Because the avocado.
Aaron, cheaper. I don't know if you listen. I know you work at Panera. Fix it.
Do better.
So.
Do better.
Episode 21.
Yeah, she's gonna want to hear that.
Officially, I
love when she texts
me. New Jersey, we're allowed to drink.
Right.
Episode 21. I am Rob. That is Ben. That is Eric.
Yes.
Eric had topics.
I do.
Did you?
So
I must have missed it when my power went out.
First one I'll start with. I'm not going to start with anything on the web pages. So,
cool.
Mine are all still kind of, it's geeky stuff. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else.
I know.
So,
unfortunate.
I've been branching in just because I'm still kind of learning at work, and when I'm not being trained, I'm kind of just not doing much.
Looking up shit. Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of horror movies and stuff lately. So
shocking.
I might try and start this on a weekly basis. I'll just go off of like what kind of weird horror movie, sci-fi movies I've seen every week. Especially since we're leading up to Halloween. So
yeah, that makes
sense. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So you guys don't have to watch horror movies, but I'm probably going to.
I won't, because they're god awful.
No, I'm gonna watch
just
them.
a pussy.
I'm gonna watch them.
No, they're just bad. Run away from the thing, even though we could definitely like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is bullshit. Because, like, guns per person in most of these states, it's like, that guy get laid the fuck out. Run outside screaming, help, he's trying to kill me.
Yeah, but the thing with the Texas Chainsaw is the family's huge, so everyone's in on it.
That's true.
Maybe if you watched them and read the story. Anyway.
They're bad.
Anyway.
Exorcist was the only good one.
So, I mean, it was definitely a good one. I still feel bad for Linda Blair's back.
Hang on.
Yeah, right?
Hang on.
What?
Hey, just
I thought
flop around
Nightmare on
bed.
Elm Street was kind of fucked up, right? Because you can't run from it.
Yeah.
Because you have to go to sleep. So, like, that was a cool idea.
That made sense.
That one was cool. A demon that kills you in your
horror.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Terrifying.
What else?
Oh my God, sorry. That's all I'm getting her alert. You know what? I'm gonna jump in real quick before you go to a topic. The fact that we can see weather coming a couple days ahead of time, right? Mm-hmm. The fact we need to send out flood warnings, like right now we have remnants of Vater going over us here in PA. The fact we need to send out flood warnings to people is a waste. If you go out and you think, that water's rising real fast, and it just and you there you go. Duh! What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? We're relatively
it's probably gonna start snowing.
I knew this was gonna happen today. I guess I should run to the store. It's like, no.
I mean, after this, I'm
you
gonna go get
had
food.
almost a week. Yeah, right. You almost had a fucking week.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with your life? Anyway,
you good?
it's just fucking.
There's the
and like,
get it out, man.
There's been
There's
tragedies. Don't get me wrong, in this area,
mm-hmm.
and it's sad, but it's also like, if you say anything to the effect of like, well, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? People all jump on you. They're like, no, this was horrible. I'm like, but it was very preventable. Very. You have every right to, I think you should say something about that. Like, oh, what a foolish loss of life. Do you want to put it that way? I don't know. But the fact that you can't say, man, that was pretty fucking stupid when they die. Like,
no,
can we not do that with anybody? Yeah. Sorry you knew him, but like, yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Could have been avoided.
If it's easily preventable, then it's
exactly.
But again, it just depends on the situation, what's going on. It really does.
It really could have came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It could have. It happens. That's why it's a flash flood. Imagine that. But if there's a flash flood warning, maybe hold up for an hour or two.
Yeah,
like,
we just got apparently a
surge.
Tornado warning tonight. And I'm like,
yeah.
I think that's why my power
technically did touch down like a month ago, like a little tiny one. But again,
yeah, it's not going to be wrecking shit.
Just
maybe
like when we had the
shingles off
earthquake
houses.
years ago. They're like, oh, the
And no
earthquake
one
came
knew.
through. I was driving, and like I felt nauseous for a split second. I was like, the fuck was that? And then I get home, everyone's like, did you not feel the earthquake? I was like, there was an earthquake.
Is that like 2011?
No,
or are you talking
later
the one
than
that's
that.
like 2015, 2016?
Yeah, I don't know.
It
I
was
think
right
one of
in
my
peak meme culture, because I remember. They're like, oh, the earthquake
Oh, yeah, it
of
was
2015 with the chair that flipped over.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
plastic chair.
I think my table might have moved a couple centimeters.
Yeah, right.
Like, I didn't know. I was driving, so like it just felt like I hit a bump.
Yeah, right.
But,
what the fuck was that?
So anyway, back on track.
Yeah, back to, yeah.
So this week,
Anyway.
the movies that I watched one documentary about like all the 80s movies. So like talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and stuff like that. And how Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was the gayest horror movie of all time. And Robert Englund was completely behind it and wanted to push it even gayer.
Push it even gayer.
The man who
Is
plays
he gay?
Freddy. I actually do not know. So
I know, I'm thinking, what's his name? Judas Priest. Rob Halford.
Rob
I don't know
Halford.
why I thought of Rob Halford.
That is not. Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
That was what people were like surprised. I'm like, this guy, like, you watch some music videos.
And that's the whole thing, though, because back
You know
then
what I mean?
people
I'm
would
like,
wear stuff like that.
yeah,
Even
I'm
with
like,
Freddie
you didn't
Mercury,
think
they
maybe?
didn't know, which is like
Yeah,
nowadays.
Freddie, I
Priest?
can see how he kind of slid under the radar for a while. You know what I
little
mean?
bit.
But then, like,
you
Halford, I'm like, like,
Judas Priest songs all change when you realize they're all about fucking dudes.
yep,
Hey,
hellbent
Every
for
single
leather.
song changes.
Hey,
if it's a good song, it's a good song.
it is.
Good
But
song
we
about
got another
fucking
thing
dudes.
coming. It wasn't a thing.
So
Yeah.
the documentary that I watched was called In Search of Darkness Part 2. The first one was just broad all over the place, like many years of horror and stuff like that, starting back in like the 20s and then coming back up. So this series was 4.5 hours long. It was one whole video, and I watched it over the span of like 2 days. So it just did all of the 80s, and they talked about like, just because the 80s was like the cheesiest fucking horror movies you can think of, like chainsaw hooker or chainsaw strippers or something like that. Like they talked about all of these, and it was fucking fantastic.
Brains.
But before I even watched that, I watched a movie called Vicious Fun. Most of these are on Shudder, like the Netflix of horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Vicious Fun is about a guy who writes like a horror magazine like Fangoria and ends up getting extremely drunk going to a bar following someone that his roommate's going out on a date with, and he's jealous. When he wakes up, the whole bar is closed, everyone is gone, and there's just a group of people doing like an AA meeting. And he's like, okay, all right, I'll just pretend I'm one of the people and sit in. Turns out it's an AA meeting for serial killers.
Oh.
So they all think he's one of the killers, and he has to describe how he kills people. Funny as fuck. One of the funniest movies I've seen in a while. I would recommend that. I'll show you guys a trailer for that later. The second movie that I watched, for the first time, from 1992, Candyman. I finally watched it.
That's a good. That's a old. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Candyman is the one that has Tony Todd, the black guy with the fish hook in his arm.
Okay.
And the bees.
I
death
feel like
in
I've
all,
seen that.
He's death in all of the Final Destination movies.
Yes.
Okay.
So that one is very odd because it totally took me by surprise because I didn't understand. Like, I didn't see anything happening that actually happened. Yeah. Like, it was weird and great.
Well, okay. Like, all right, so there's a new Candyman coming out.
It came out.
I don't know if you knew that. It came out.
Yes.
Okay. The Candyman was actually, it was a story that used to be told in the projects because of all, like, the mysterious deaths that were happening in the projects. So it was like the black people's boogeyman, basically.
Huh.
Like, if you're not careful, the Candyman will get you. Kind of just like with Bloody Mary, how you say her name in the mirror. It's the same thing with Candyman.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that the Candyman was a bunch of gangbangers and they were just running around. You know, everybody was just killing each other in the projects. It's like it's just what happens.
They still are.
So,
dude, it's unfortunately the projects are like there's people that are actually down on their luck and they're struggling, and then there's like assholes that try to like they're the worst kind of people, and they ruin it for those people that are like actually struggling and actually need like the Section 8 housing and actually need the projects like to survive, and they're trying to pick themselves up off the ground, and then you got these fucking people that just ruin it for everybody.
Exactly.
And
I love it.
That was the real Candyman.
Yeah.
Just a heads up.
So,
It was
like,
the gangbangers.
they kind of went into it saying like, oh, he's like a monster or something. He comes out and kills people and whatnot, like cuts them from the groin all the way up with the fish hook and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. The
It's
movie's
very,
really good.
very fucking gory. It was good too.
Really?
It has a good story. Like it's not bad.
So I would recommend that one. It's kind of also kind of a weird romance thing.
Yeah.
It's very odd. Like I don't want to say anything more. Like you need to watch that one. But Tony Todd,
Gotcha.
fan-fucking-tastic.
He kills it, bro.
Oh,
He's
he
one of
did
those guys
so good.
that's just in every horror movie for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
You know.
And
Like, you ever
he
see
didn't
Hatchet?
need to like yell or scream or anything, and he was absolutely terrifying.
Did you ever see Hatchet?
Yes, dude.
He was in Hatchet too.
I
remember
that movie with the one guy that gets his jaw ripped open from there to there.
Yeah.
Oh, that one
rough.
surprised the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I was just watching it last night and I was like, wow, it's one of my favorite movies. Like I love B horror movies. Like they're my favorite horror movies.
That's the 80s. That's all of the 80s. It was all just the weirdest shit.
Yeah, that's why I watched that shit.
So
the 80s was
Candyman I
weird.
recommend, and the new one I'm gonna go see it soon. I don't know when I'll go see it because it's
I know,
Jordan Peele, the same
made
guy
it.
that did Get Out. So he remade Candyman.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing trailers for
and
that now.
he's
Yeah,
making
I know
it
what you're
very
talking
like it's gonna be very inclusive for them, which is great because of course back in the 90s horror movies they always had to have the one white girl. So like
Yeah.
nowadays it's like they're actually including everyone, not just the white girl. So the last two movies that I watched, one I started called Demons, which is an Argento written film, very violent, didn't finish it, but the one I did watch was Saturday the 14th.
Okay.
So it's a PG family horror movie about a family moving into a house that Dracula's trying to get into to find the Book of Evil and stuff like. It is the cheesiest fucking comedy I've seen. They got away with so much shit to get that PG rating. Like, there was almost nudity, and there was tons of blood. I don't know how they got away with that.
It's a vampire.
So this is like 1990s PG, like when things made sense.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, Bambi's mom was just shot and murdered. There's blood everywhere. PG.
G-rated.
Yeah.
G-rated.
I think it was G.
It was cheesy.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
liked it. And then the last one I just finished watching, it is Wolf Cop.
Wolf Cop.
You never heard of it?
Why would you watch these?
I like cheesy movies.
What a
man.
waste.
You have to watch. You have to watch. Listen, hear me out. Watch Velocipaster.
Oh my god.
What?
Velocipaster. Please watch that movie.
Why the fuck would I watch that? It sounds stupid as fuck.
Because it
So
sounds like your
basically-
life is boring because you don't explore.
Because
my
listen,
God,
okay,
it's not
it is
boring,
a
it's great.
purposely poorly made movie, right? Like, there's a point where like the guy turns around, and he like just makes it's the very beginning of the movie. He makes it out of preschool, and he turns around, and he like waves at his. And he waves at his parents, and his parents are standing in front of the car, and he's like, "This is the best day of my life," and then the car explodes, and his parents die. But when the car explodes, the screen goes black, and then it just shows in like white writing. It says, "Fire car exploding like exe dot like 333 whatever," and then the car like you just hear like a car explosion sound, and it zooms in on his face, and he's like. And it
That's
like
the thing,
goes
though.
all the way into
Some of
his
these
face.
movies
Bro,
are
that
made
movie is so
horribly for that entertainment purpose, and as long as I go in knowing that, awesome. Just like
Okay, so,
Sharknado.
like,
scary movie.
I would say more like Sharknado.
Like-
Scary movie is like it's a parody, movie, like the
Right,
the
but it
Date
sounds like
movie
they're
or
really
the Meet
towing
the
that
Spartans.
line.
No,
It was
what
almost
they're-
a parody movie, but they didn't make fun of anything. It was just
Yeah.
their own movie. So
Some
it's like
people
kind of like
make
Sharknado.
bad movies to make bad movies on purpose.
Yeah, like
It's a
Hobo with
cover.
the Shotgun.
No, it's a cover.
I
cover,
still
man.
haven't
They-
watched.
They
Hobo
made
with
their
a
first
Shotgun.
movie.
I will watch that.
Hobo
though.
with the Shotgun was all right. Actually,
They
I
made their
didn't mind.
first movies, and people are like, "There's no way it was meant to be this bad," and they're like, "Yeah, right."
And they even said
that was
that.
the point. Yeah, like,
But
like
yeah,
it's
Wolf
a cop out.
Wolf Cop obviously is like a comedy horror movie, and it's just about a cop that walks in on like a seance or something, and then he becomes a werewolf. And the first time he
that's how
goes
that
on a
happens.
murder spree, the second night he actually is conscious for it and just solves crime as a werewolf. And it's fucking great.
Dude,
It's so bad, but I
There's
love
an
it.
anime like that right now.
Probably.
I just watched a movie that I've never seen before, and I think it's my favorite movie now.
What?
And it's called Secret Window with Johnny Depp.
Oh,
That rings a bell.
That fucking
It's
movie.
a psychological thriller.
You would like it, Ben.
Why does it sound familiar?
It's very, very good, and I think it's free on Prime right now.
It's
I might
about a
check that
writer that kind of goes to like a mountain house to kind of finish what he's writing, and just a lot of weird shit starts happening to him.
Yeah, crazy weird shit starts
And
happening.
the
Like
ending is awesome.
yeah, a dude basically shows up at his door and is like, "Hey man, you stole my story," and he's like, "I didn't steal your fucking story. I wrote it in '94," and the guy's like, "Well, I wrote it in '97, but I know you stole it." So you better get evidence. You got 3 days, and then like, you know, every time the time's up, some crazy shit happens. So it's
Yeah.
like you really got to watch Secret Window. Johnny Depp, one of the best movies I've ever seen. It was a really good performance by Johnny Depp too. 'Cause he didn't
Absolutely.
play like, he played like a normal human being. You know, he didn't play like, you know, Jack Sparrow or, you know, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. He didn't play Willy Wonka. You know,
Yeah.
it was like he played like an actual human, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You don't really get to see Johnny Depp like actually play a human, unless you watch Chocolat.
Well, that's my topic for now. I have more. I'll talk later. So if you guys
Okay.
want to go next.
Go next. This isn't structured. What the fuck
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Yeah, come on, man. We
Stop
just talk.
fucking with the mojo, man.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll just
man,
keep
what
going
the
for the next
fuck,
40
man?
minutes.
God, please, no one cares.
Thanks. Makes
Yeah,
me
no,
feel
they're-
really included.
Yeah, well,
should.
we have a possible surprise for the viewers, we could tell the viewers
we do.
that before I move, which will be soon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We will be meeting up to do 1 or 2 podcasts in person.
Yes, so that should be a shit show.
We'll have everybody there, the women included. So I think that'll be an interesting little thing that we could do before I move to the other side of the earth. Yeah.
Other side of the earth.
Yeah, so it should be pretty good.
Oh boy.
That part of the earth that matters.
2.5 hour plane ride. That's
yeah,
far.
Hey, it's a 2.5 hour plane ride, but it's a 20-hour
2.5.
drive.
Oh yeah.
It's like 2.5, 3 hours, yeah.
Huh. How you flying down?
Yeah. Come on down, man. But yeah, so
speak up.
But so I've been trying to sleep at night, and I can't really sleep. I have like terrible fucking I don't know what it is. I can't go to bed.
Crippling diarrhea.
Yeah, my girlfriend's sleeping next to me, and I'm sitting here watching Secret Window like a jerk off. And I watched the whole movie, and I was like, well, that was too good. Now I can't go to bed, so I turned on Hatchet. Right? Hatchet is so fucking good. I don't care what anybody says. This movie is about. It's literally about like an abomination child that they thought they killed back in the day, and they didn't, and now he's on just a murderous rampage on an island by himself for no reason.
But
and
also,
these people,
isn't it like he's just kind of like a story that people tell, and like they don't even show him until like almost 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, they don't know he's real. Yeah, so like basically like you just see people getting fucking ripped apart in the beginning. And then you don't know by what, because you can't see it. You just, like, literally this guy just gets he gets punched in the face, and you see him on the camera, and, like, all of his teeth are knocked out, and then the thing just grabs him and throws him, and he, like, ragdolls into a fucking tree. Like, it's so good, dude. But, yeah, so a group of people get on a ferry boat to do, like, a ferry tour, which they're not allowed to do anymore. And they go out there, and the ferry hits a rock, and they break down. And they get stuck on the island, and people start dying. And it's good. It's in the middle of Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Yep.
It's such a good movie. Ugh, I love that movie so much.
And when they finally reveal, because his name is Victor Crowley, when they finally show him...
Victor Crowley.
He kind of looks like one of... In the remake of The Hills Have Eyes. So, like, very just... like weird fucking facial features and everything, like cousin fuckers, like that kind of child abomination.
Wrong turn.
Yeah.
Wasn't Leatherface in it? Like the real Leatherface or whatever?
Oh, the guy who played him?
Yeah, he's 1 minute.
Probably. Yeah, they do stuff like that a lot.
There is a guy.
Oh, like the Chainsaw Hookers movie that I was talking about.
Chainsaw Hookers.
The guy who played Leatherface in the original movie was in it. And it's funny because there was chainsaws again. He's just like, how do I work this?
Yeah, he's 1 minute, I'm looking right now. Kane Hodder.
Oh, that's the guy who plays Jason.
Jason. Yes, so Jason plays Victor Crowley.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And he's also Victor Crowley's dad in the flashback.
Yeah, they show flashbacks of him taking care of Victor when he was a baby.
Yeah,
it's funny when you start realizing like just the people who like play some of the monsters. They're in like normal TV shows that you watch all the time, and you're just like, why does he look familiar?
Yeah.
And the Friday the 13th game that they did like a couple years ago, he did all the motion capture and kills for the game for Jason.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, respect to the people that go out and actually do that shit with all the mocap and everything. Like,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Like, the guy that did it for Kratos. That dude's a fucking monster, dude.
He's a big feller.
Yeah.
He looks like how he sounds.
It's funny because now with like acting and actors, like just in general, like you can do your like normal acting because you know how they record voiceovers for video games and animated movies. Now, even just showing off with Resident Evil 8 Village, dude, they're having the voice actors do the mocap for the characters in the game, acting right on stage. So, and they take those lines and put them in the game. So it's like, that is so fucking cool that you can just be a voice actor and now you're also playing the character. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, like you are Kratos now.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
That's
like
just
I
with
watched
all the motion capture stuff now. Go ahead.
I watched an interview with like the guy that played Kratos, and they did the same thing. Like they showed him, you know, doing that scene in the fucking house where he's like getting his blades back on with the chains.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's like kneeling down and like talking about it, and he's like, yeah, you know, like you get emotional doing this kind of thing. You know, he's like, you know, this is something that like held this guy down for years and years and years. It was literally his prison, and like he bends down and has to pick him back up and put him back on to save his kids, like, or his kid.
Yeah, I still got to finish that game. I'm kind of hoping that gets ported to PC, but I don't know if it will.
I hope it does, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Just because it's not Microsoft, so.
Well, no, I mean, like with Sony, they just put Horizon Zero Dawn is on PC. They have Days Gone is on PC now. They're starting to do a lot more, which is great for like people that don't want to spend money on a PS4 or PS5 or, you know, Xbox, vice versa. So yeah.
Well, Eric, what was that? What's it called? Eric had some topic
wait,
about.
Hold on, I think he froze.
Did he? Look at his face.
I'm pretty sure he froze. Hold on.
Look at his face.
What time is this at 25? We have reached the intermission for this podcast, and I just want to say thank you for following, thank you for sharing, thank you for liking, thank you for just everything. And let's carry on to part 2, introducing someone else besides Rob.
I'm your dad now.
I'm your daddy. So, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the abrupt transition to someone that is not Rob.
Who's to say?
I'd have kicked
true.
our ass.
It could be Rob. All his hair from the top of his head went to the bottom, so...
Shaved my fucking head, got swole. Man.
Moved out of New York.
Moved out of New York, and now he's got a weird Tim
now
the
he's
Cat Man
6'3".
thing.
Yo, he might be under fucking water. I heard New York got hit pretty crazy.
It
Yeah,
could
dude,
be.
New York was bad.
I haven't heard from him.
Yo, I got the fucking alert on my
He was
phone like,
streaming
oh,
this morning, I
tornado
think.
warning, and I was like, yeah, fuck you. And then I see like
then
Multi
it
Hill got
happened.
blasted and shit, and I was like, oh.
Dude,
Shit.
the thing that
They
scared
weren't
the shit
kidding.
out of me the most, maybe I'll actually put it in the video. Gabby, she sent me footage from the Bristol Bridge, which is 5 minutes down the road from my house. Tornado going all through Pennsylvania, and I was like, that was 5 minutes from me. How did I not know about that?
Yeah, right. So that's like what's weird, because I saw how bad you guys got hit with a tornado. Like when they drop out here all the time, but because we're so hilly, they can't fucking do anything. Like they hit and then they're like, eh. Like they put their toes in the water and it was cold. They hit, they spin, then go, fuck this.
And my favorite thing was people that were commenting on it and being like, oh, well, where are there sirens that are supposed to be blasting? Bitch, we don't get tornadoes here. That's like, it's random. Like, this never happens.
That was a real thing.
But that's what sucks, because you guys are all flat. So like when they touch down there, that does some fucking
yeah.
work. They can stay.
I never
what'd you say,
realized how
13
flat Jersey is
brutal
until
clothesline.
we went to fucking Tennessee, and I was like, every other state in the world has fucking mountains everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got back to Jersey, and I was like, this motherfucker looks like it's been nuked, bro.
Yeah, but if you go towards like a little bit more north, like Princeton area, it's hills. It's exactly what everything else is.
Oh, sorry,
Bro,
dude. I'm watching that fucking
that's the fucking
clothesline.
pain I like to watch.
Oh, he flew.
And think about it, though.
4 feet by his neck.
Keep in mind, them little wires are electrocuting the shit out of everybody.
Oh, yeah, there's zapping.
So not only did he hang himself, he's also getting electrocuted.
Oh, dude, he probably came.
Eric, it's in the Discord.
I
You
can't
probably
because
can't.
like it's a lot to edit if I move stuff around.
All right, fair enough. Watch it after and put
I
it
will.
in.
He probably did fucking blast his draws off.
Oh, dude, he probably shot a load.
I would have.
So
Kid
Ben,
is like,
would
he's got a
you,
complex now.
Ben, would
Sacrifice
you
my
like
belly
to
button for
inform
that.
us of what happened since we've
Oh,
last
yeah.
seen you on Wednesday?
I had some
found your
technical
dick?
difficulties. What's that?
You found your dick?
Fucker eludes me to this day. I can't find it, man. It's out there. I know.
Somewhere.
The truth
It's
is
right
someone's
under my
mouth.
nose. I can
X-Files.
smell it. But so my power is going in and out. I live, not to dox myself, I live right next to the Schuylkill in an undisclosed location. And we had water rising pretty much the whole night. And I took the dog out about 11 o'clock, and I went to walk down by the river, and the river was about a foot from touching my feet. So I was like, this bitch gonna come over. So I was like, all right, I think my car's in a good spot. I think we should be all right. So I wake up in the morning, in the apartment complex I live in, all the lower lots, like the water's up to the windows on the cars. And I was like, ooh. And where I parked was like right on the edge of the high ground. So my front left tire is like just like damp. You know what I mean? Like the drains are backing up, so there's a little bit of water there. Other than that, bone dry. So I'm walking around. I told my boss I'd work from home, see if I could even get out in the morning. And I go to look. And we are doomed. I'm fine. As a species, we're fucked. Like when shit goes south because rising cold water made people lose their fucking minds. I live with a good mix of people that I think should drink bleach and other ones that I wish a happy life. But these people
Same thing.
just yeah, right. These people were like,
fuck you, fuck you, fuck
You're cool.
You're cool, but fuck you, I'm out.
Oh my god! But like they're freaking out. This guy took his Ram F-150 and started trying to tow this girl out, and I'm like, this can only go horribly. So he goes to move it. The girl had got in the car. So for most people who don't know, your car is pretty airtight and watertight. It's sealed up pretty well. The only way water gets in is when you open your fucking door. So she water damaged her car.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Big brain.
Nice.
So she gets in so she could steer it and help get the water out. But fucking whatever. Anyway, goes to pull it. She doesn't turn the wheel, so it floats back and goes up over the curb. I'm sitting there watching this unfold, trying my hardest just not to laugh. Because she's upset. You know what I mean? She's probably like 21, 22 on her own.
Fuck it.
I'm there
like
trying not to
like
lose
in
my
our
shit.
40s. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh my god. But I just watched it happen. I'm like fighting real hard not to bust out laughing. And this guy who lives one building over, guy is fucking hilarious. He goes, "What a stupid bitch." I don't know. Maybe the guy driving the truck's fucking stupid too. I'm like,
You should go
like,
find him and
loud
tell him
as
that you
fuck.
talk about him on the podcast.
oh my god, I probably should. He'd forget. I feel like he's a little, but he is so fucking funny. So he'd be like, what the fuck? It's just cold water. He's like, I wish I parked my piece of shit van down there so I could call insurance and fucking be like, oh, it's dead. It's underwater. It's fucked, you know? This guy's just making the best out of a bad day. But, yeah, we had a lot of flooding down by me.
And I think the worst part
our
was just
part
you
of the
lost
road was the
power.
highest. Yeah, our part of the road was like the highest. So we actually made out pretty good. Like all our shit was bone dry and everything around us was just like an oasis. Like just water everywhere. People are like losing their minds and I'm like, just drive through it. It's not that deep.
Just hit the gas and don't stop hitting the gas.
Just go.
Exactly.
Don't let your exhaust get blocked. Just go. Just go.
All cars are boats if you try hard enough.
Exactly. Put extra air in your tires. You'll go.
Hey. Disclaimer, that's not real advice.
No, don't do that. You'll die.
Remember, some of
If
our
anything-
opinions are not opinions.
fucking failure kid said I could drive.
That's how we get fucking shut down. News. Some offense taken down because of one guest who told you to just and it's like that's how we would
Oh,
get
dude,
shut
that's
down.
great.
I could see
But
that happening.
but no, if you're in that situation, let a little air out of your tire so it stays submerged and it's not floating. You don't want that shit. That's what I was worried about. I was watching the guy tow, and I was like, if that thing gets a little bit of buoyancy and someone thinks they're going to stay on the other... Like, it was in between... This lady was going to stand in between cars to help, like, guide it out. I'm like, can you push 2.5 tons, little Asian woman? You're going to be a fucking rice paddy, just dead.
Oh, dear
Like,
God.
you're going to get smashed in between two fucking cars. Like, I don't know what you think's going to happen.
So
After watching all that, and I'm just like, just go park. There's an empty lot up behind our building on the other side of the train tracks. It's like, go up there, call the borough, tell them why you're parking up there.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, that's a good idea. I'm like, you people are all older than me. Fuck, do you have kids? Like
How did you get this far?
Like in crisis, if PA went into crisis, I would rule this fucking state with an iron fist. It would be great. It wouldn't be hard. It really wouldn't be hard. Oh no, rising water. Okay, go up.
Rising water.
Rising water. Oh no. Rising water.
Water
Why
is
am I
wet.
toes wet?
Why is it so cold? Oh. I was like walking through it barefoot and shit. I'm like, guys, walking this. It's good for the immune system.
Yo, you know what
Pussies.
pissed me off? Speaking about that, I've been watching, like, not watching, but here and there I can see that thing where it's like some douchebag on TikTok. He's like, take the cold shower. It's good for your health. Stop being a bitch. So like I tried to take one the other day and I was like, this is, I can do it, but it's just, I'd rather just melt my fucking regret off. But then literally after the shower, I fucking went to bed and like I just spend hours on TikTok in bed. And it's this motherfucker just in a fucking, not even like a bath or a pool. It's this big bucket of just ice and he's just sitting there. And he just being
like a trainer bath, like after you work out or something.
Almost, but like
the drummer from Periphery does that. He has a special bin. It's all ice, and he just sits in it.
And I was just like, man, I need to get to that level of self-hatred. Where I can just fucking...
I used to do that in high school. If you had like a really good workout, it's a good way to like compress your muscles back a little bit, knock some of that lactic acid out right away. But you don't want to be doing that every day if you don't have to. Like I took a cold shower once. That's why I can't find my dick. That
motherfucker's stealing my nipple.
Went back and I haven't seen it since.
He threw his little knapsack over his shoulder and went, fuck this, I'm leaving where I'm treated better. He ran off.
Washed himself down a drain.
And
just wet slapping noises out the door.
So for those who don't really know what the fuck we're talking about weather-wise, if you have not been paying attention to the news with the hurricanes and everything,
which you shouldn't.
East Coast, for some reason, for the first time in I don't know how long, we got tornadoes, we got razor winds, we got bad rain.
We get them like every hurricane season, at least in PA.
At least, yeah, but for you, but for over on our area, like tornadoes are like obscene. Like it does not happen. And the fact that where near failure lives, like, it's destroyed. Like a lot of the fucking area is
not
destroyed.
my house.
Not your house.
Here's what
I still have all my toys in G Fuel. We're good over here.
What kills me with this, right, is like where my complex is built and where a buddy of mine's work complex is built, they're called 20, 30-year flood zones because guess what? Let's use context clues. Every 20 to 30 years, what does it do, kids? It floods. Imagine that. And then people are surprised when these areas flood and think, oh my God, the world's ending. They flood every 20 to 30 years.
Hey, it's almost like they warned them.
Because maybe people in Louisiana got to answer this for me too. Why do you go back and build where it gets destroyed every year? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm genuinely curious. It's probably a cost thing. It's probably cheaper to rebuild. It's family. I get it. But this also goes out to people in Kansas and Wyoming. Like, if you keep getting obliterated by a tornado, move. Like, that is God's subtle way of being like, get the fuck out of here. Like, look at California.
My dog's
California's
back there.
on fire in a drought, in a mudslide, in a flood all year round.
My aunt is buried in the backyard. Nah, your aunt probably went.
Your
with
aunt
the
got
tornado.
fucking. Yeah.
Hey, she gone.
That bitch is 6 miles down the road.
No, like,
someone
I
else's backyard.
It's definitely a smart idea.
Just
Get the fuck out of there. And unfortunately, for some people, it's not that easy. They can't just.
No, I know.
Like, they can't just up
It's
and move.
easier said than done. I fully understand. But
Quit being a bitch.
why? Like, do you have a punishment kink? Are you a hard learner?
Are you talking about the girls that go back to the abusive ex and say, "I don't know what happened"?
I mean, he's got like a black eye, and she's like, "I just fell again." It's like weird. You don't fall till you start dating him again. You're a clumsy bitch.
If you take it into consideration, though, if it's a 20 to 30 year flood zone, you have wait till the fucking flood happens, right? And then you're like, shit, I have 20 to 30 years to get the fuck on out of here.
Yeah.
Or this is going to happen again.
So sell it and then buy it again when someone moves out after it floods. That's the big brain.
Sell it a year before the 20 years.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I work for Stanley Steamer. I have all my stuff. I'm good.
Can you fucking eat my ass?
No, I'm not calling you out. No. Not as a joke to you.
Stanley Steamer?
I'm just saying. It's like,
I used to.
I know you did.
I used to. Motherfucker.
I mean, you wore the fucking
Coach
cut
My
off
Power
on the
was still
episode
out.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so free advertising. There you go. Ohio-based Stanley Steamer, which I'm pretty sure it's where they started. But,
bitches at me. Ohio-based Stanley Steamer.
Ohio-based Stanley Steamer. Get your carpet cleaner. Two rooms for $99. Eternal special.
588-2300 Empire.
Why does some jingles last longer? Because there were some things that definitely should have stuck harder. Like, remember the Noid from Pizza Hut? That's when we were younger. Did
what?
they?
Oh yeah, they just brought it back this year.
Because Pizza Hut to me is like drinking a pizza.
So
it's greasy.
it was
and
Domino's, right?
disgusting.
Domino's had this little kind of.
Was it Domino's or Pizza
Yeah, it was
Hut?
Domino's. It was Domino's. They had like a little red Domino's. Animated dude called the Noid, and it was like one of their viral marketing campaigns. Like he would fuck your pizza up and stuff like that. They made a video
claymation,
game.
Wasn't he?
There was a PS1 game. Just like a Crash Bandicoot thing where you play as the Noid.
I feel like I saw that.
I never played it, obviously, because I didn't know what the fuck the Noid was when I was a kid.
Was it like you order a pizza and it comes with a game kind of thing? Or like
probably.
Did you have to go out and buy it at like GameStop? Like, oh yeah, the Noid game's out. Fuck yeah, pizza or
it's like that Burger King thing.
I'm very surprised with the whole 6 years working at GameStop. Never once saw the Noid.
Good or a bad thing? Maybe it's like ET where it's like a collectible.
It was more like when people called in and said, "Hey, you guys got Battletoads?" And then it actually came out again, and it's like, yes, we do.
You guys have the fucking Halo Infinite Xbox Series X? No.
Xbox X Series X.
Neither do we.
XX.
I'm kind of glad I got away from the console stuff. It was getting a little toxic.
See, here's what pisses me off. I know damn well that I'm not even gonna Okay, so for my unofficial job, I grind camos on Call of Duty. I've been playing mouse and keyboard, but I'm done with the new game, so I went back to the old game, which is on Xbox. When I tell you I can barely shoot the fucking ground if I aimed on it.
Dude, same.
Controller, I just can't go back to controller. So with that being said, I know good and well that if I did get the Halo Xbox or controller, they'd sit on a shelf and collect dust. However, I still fucking want them. Yeah, and the fact that I can't get them because
you want it.
Anyway.
Now, what if they also, with that new console, did they say if the light on the top of it's blue instead of green? So, like, when you look down. Ooh.
Yeah, she's nice. But, somebody in my YouTube comments was like, oh, go to Amazon UK, you can get the controller. So I did, like, a week ago. Went and fucking made a whole Amazon UK Amazon account. They emailed me today and they're like, yeah, we can't.
They go, it's a bit sad, isn't it?
We can't ship to you, so we're gonna fucking cancel this order and then give you a 10 pound credit. Bitch, you can't fucking ship to me. What good is the credit?
Right.
Just nuke my account. Get it out of there. I don't know what the fuck you're wasting your time for. You can buy an ebook.
And that's one of the big ass fucking problems too when it comes to these consoles nowadays. Scalpers have always been a thing, not just with video games, but with tickets and everything. But now it's gotten to the point, especially the graphics cards. Don't even get me fucking started on those. But it's just the scalpers have gotten
a laptop.
So fucking horrible lately, and these companies don't do anything about it.
Here's the problem. I do hate scalpers, but it's a situation of don't hate the player, hate the game. Meaning, scalper's going to scalp. Swipe or no swiping.
They're going to do what
the companies need to have better measures, and what's even worse than the companies not doing shit about it is we got these fucking weirdos who keep buying from the scalpers.
Yeah. Right, like they enable it.
Like even if you have Jeff Bezos money and you're like, I'm gonna spend $2,500 on the new Xbox because fucking Jerk Off Joe on eBay is a loser. You're a bigger loser than Jerk Off Joe. Or whatever the fuck name I called
JFJ. Tell me the same exact thing. They're like, hey, well, if you want one of those graphics cards, just go pay like the extra $500. I said, no. Why the fuck
no? It ain't worth that.
No, I don't have that money. What I
did with mine is they had the they finally came out with like the laptop versions of like the 3070, 3080, and all that shit. So I have a 30. I think I got a 3070 in this bitch, but like it was a little bit cheaper than the fucking like the normal card. Like for a desktop build, I could build a whole PC or a whole laptop around it for cheaper than it would have been just to get the fucking card. I was like, fuck it.
And then didn't they just come out with the 30 series Ti or whatever?
3090 like Ti or whatever the fuck
they actually just announced that the 40 series is going to start midway through next year. And it's like,
how?
You know, you kind of didn't really finish what you started with the 30 series.
They didn't even get the 30s out.
They did.
Like, I'm hoping the 3070s and the 3060s are going to be like the new 1060s. Because that 1060 is the best card I ever had. That fucker is a tank.
I still have the, what is it, the Founders Edition 1070 with like the closed
1660 Super.
It looks like something out of fucking
The Super's good.
Actually, no, because in my laptop I think I have a 2060.
Oh, good God.
Well, fucking.
I think the computer at work
FPS,
has.
None of it matters.
Well, actually, work gave me they gave me a laptop to take home, so like I can remote in and just use it on that. And
nice.
I think that has a 2080 or something in it. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. That has a better card than my desktop.
It's got some power in it.
It does. It's a nice little laptop. It's a Lenovo Legion. Yeah,
Lenovo?
That's what I
Legion,
have.
I think.
That's exactly what I have.
Yeah.
That's not a bad build.
No, not at all.
But like that's what's wild, right? With like how scalp shit gets now, because like so I used to write game articles and do reviews for a website my buddies were trying to start, and they ended up selling it at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got laid up from my accident, they heard, and they never paid me. I just like doing it because we're all buddies or whatever. We talk, hang out, and they moved to Texas. So I was like, all right, I'll still write, whatever. And they sent me a message like, hey, dude, we always like felt bad we couldn't buy you, so we got you something in the mail. I'm like, okay, cool. So they live in Texas, and I get a package with all these markings from the UK. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I open it. It was a Switch, and this was like 2016.
Oh, wow.
Like end of 2016. It was a Christmas. So they had to buy one from the UK, but they got me one. The power adapter was like the 2 prongs and shit.
Oh, God.
So I had to buy like a adapter and shit. But I was like, how the fuck did you guys get one? He's like, oh, they had it on Amazon in the UK. I'm like,
Was
so
that the
I'm
route?
So why the
confused.
fuck couldn't they give me my controller?
You fucking tell me.
I'm gonna go on Amazon right now. I'm gonna
You should fucking
Bezos, where you at, bitch?
Not there. He gave up the company.
Yeah. Or he's off the board.
Yeah, he's off the board.
So he's still hanging out, but he's off the board. Like,
Is he? Is he though?
Probably still making buco bucks for no fucking reason at all.
And honestly, the only like what's really going to piss me off, even though I mean, Gears 5 ended on a terrible note, if you ask me. But when they released the Gears 6 Xbox,
oh yeah,
and I can't get that, I'm probably going to fucking blast my teeth through the back of my skull because I have the 3,
Kurt
4,
Cobain
and 5
paint the
Xbox.
ceiling.
Yeah. And so like now I feel obligated to like keep, I have the family going or some shit. I don't know. So even though I won't play the Gear 6 Xbox, I need it because I have the last 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got for Gears 4. I got that one, and I have the controller. I have
The
2
S?
of those, and then I have the Gears 5 controller because I really like this one.
Yeah, that one's ass. You want to see what I use? I use a Elite Series 1 with the back grips ripped the fuck
I actually-
off because they stretched.
Well, yeah, because it's not a well-designed controller,
Yeah.
and I don't like
True.
the paddles on the back. I don't like those.
Oh, I love those. I mean, I don't really need like a mouse and keyboard now, but
Like if I was using it on PC and I wanted to do like game chat and everything, yeah, that's cool. But, so yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with the weather lately. I mean, now I'm fucking happy because it's like it doesn't go higher than 75 for the past 2 days, and I'm like, yes, my kind of wet.
That's
I
what we
walked
were-
outside today, and I was like, it's the fucking
It was cold
fall,
this
man.
morning. There
Yes!
was
Imagine
a
that.
tinge. My nipples went bing, and I was like, it's coming. And
It's-
so am I.
Winter is coming.
I don't remember the last time I walked outside.
Did you go outside today?
It's
Me?
been years.
It's been 83
Actually, I did go
years.
outside the other day because I had a G Fuel delivery, and they
Wait.
put it in my fucking mailbox
Wait, did you
for
get-
some reason.
Did you get the hive nectar flavor?
No.
Hive nectar?
So if people know who's saving the bees, Barack Obama, like he
Oh, yeah.
his whole hive like season thing, he got one for
Oh,
G
shit.
Fuel, and it's hive nectar, and it's like I think it's like honey and something, and I'm like, oh my god, and it's sold out in the first 10 minutes because he has
Oh, yeah,
that.
you gotta be on that
dedicated
shit, bro.
fans. I definitely gotta get it because he's one of my favorite social media people.
He is entertaining.
Yeah, he's like
I
a
have,
6'7" dude. It's terrifying.
Yeah, he's a big motherfucker. Who else? Russian Badger made one. I guess he gets like sponsors through Gamersup, so I guess that's like the competition to G Fuel. But he made his own flavor. It's called like guacamole gamer fart. And
Ew,
it's
bro.
it's like it tastes like strawberry kiwi.
Oh,
Shit's banging.
that's pretty cool. I like
I was
strawberry
like,
kiwi.
what
I
the
fuck
fuck
with
is
that.
this? I ordered a. They gave you like a sample pack. Like you could pick a couple at like you pay like $3 shipping. You could try a couple. I was like, I'm gonna buy some of this. But that shit is ridiculous. It's like $45 for like 30 servings. Like,
Yeah.
are you
Check-
fucking kidding me?
You want to know something very depressing? And
Am I gonna get sick to my stomach?
no.
I just made
You
McDonald's.
might,
so I don't
'cause
know if
I
it's
did.
you or the McDonald's.
I got sick to my stomach. So I buy G Fuel like an asshole, right? The other day they
It does
emailed me.
taste
They're
good.
like, "Hey, you're one of our top tier customers. Blah blah blah. Like, you mind doing this review for us?" I'm like, "What the fuck did I have to do for them to send me this email?" So I go on my orders. I spent $850 in 2021 on G Fuel.
My God, boy.
800. How much?
850, bro.
Hang on.
It's
I don't feel like doing
some
quick.
change.
I was like, you are just shy of like
maths.
$80 a month. I think. Hang on.
What year are we in? Here, I mean, what month are we in? September. So we'll do-
850
you know, I
divided
mean,
by
it's
12.
There's
You
$100 a
spend
month.
$70.83 a month on average on
And to be
G Fuel.
fair, I started in like April, so.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Let me.
Hang on.
Well, you started
Okay.
around the time when RE3 came out, right?
Yeah,
You spend
that's
more
when
than
it all went
$100 a
downhill.
month
Let me
on G
check.
Fuel.
Hold up. Everybody relax.
Don't you
I
fucking
can't.
relax me. Hang on. I do this
Look,
shit all
if
day.
he can
Hey.
bust my balls for buying expensive soap, he's definitely gonna bust your balls for
So
G
Yeah.
$850
Since
divided
April
by, you
14th,
said April?
April 14th was like when I
January,
started
February,
buying
May,
again.
April.
of
Or
this
January,
year or
February.
last year.
March.
Well, I've been
April.
buying for years, but like when I started going crazy.
So
Oh,
I'll,
was
I'll
April.
take 3 months out. So you didn't buy any January, February, or March. You started in April.
Yeah,
Correct?
that's a safe bet.
All right. You spent $94.44 a month. Gee,
That's look at all behind him. You can see it.
Yo,
It's like a fucking pyramid.
and I got a whole fucking like all this
Jesus
in G
Christ.
Fuel.
for fake sugar vitamin drinks.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, I will say that shit tastes pretty good now that I've tried it.
no, some of them
Can't
are
knock it.
trash.
That shit's good. But the red licorice, man, that was Sheet's got something going on there with the red licorice.
I'm all
I
out of
fucking
that.
love red licorice.
Although I might be going to Reading Sunday to do a Craigslist deal, so I might have to.
Oh, for what?
There should be a
you getting?
shitload of sheets on the way for there.
So I have a lot of instruments in the basement that aren't in cases, and I want to buy cases, but I don't want to buy just generic like a Gator case. Like I want an ESP molded F series bass case.
Ooh.
But new, they're like $200. So yeah. So I found one for one of my guitars from some crackhead in California. I got that for like 70.
That's not bad.
And now I got some dude in Reading selling his for
Also probably a crackhead, depending where in
60.
Reading.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, remember when I got the white and black kit that I got, the drum kit, the Pulse kit that's probably normally like $600-700 like for the complete thing. I got it for $150 off of
That's not
Facebook
bad.
Marketplace. And it's
I'm
my
about to get
favorite
a,
kit.
I'm gonna have to get a set of tires and rims like new for $300 for my car.
I was looking at
2 tires are like $300.
Finish the thought, Ben.
Fucking eat my dick.
He does
Alex.
I was when I was looking for the cases, I came across someone on Craigslist selling the fucking molded case with the guitar in it, and I'm like, this for $150.
What?
I'm like, this case alone is $200. Let alone the guitar is probably $400. So me trying to be an asshole. Well, I didn't need another guitar, so like that was kind of like the
But-
the hurdle. So I messaged him and I was like, "Would you do 100?" He's like, "No, but I'll throw in a pair of strings." I'm like, "You fuck asshole! This is a guitar. It's $5. Like I don't give a fuck about your $5 strings. Probably not even the strings I want." So I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Oh,
But
you
now I'm
shoulda.
just like,
You
man, I
could've just
probably
flipped
should
it.
probably should have done that. Yeah. But
Isn't it weird? Growing up, it was like, don't talk to strangers. Now it's like, talk to strangers to get shit cheaper than you could get it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Get in the car, go for a ride
go
with
talk to
strangers.
the
like
crackhead
Uber.
for a great deal.
Yeah.
Now look, I will say the shadiest fucking one that I had to do. I went to go get the Onimusha games for PS2 because they're like
Oh, yeah.
they're
I
not
remember you
hard to
talking about those.
find, but like it was like right at the end of like PS2 was like completely irrelevant anymore, and like it was hard to find them. And he had 1, 2, and 3, I believe, and I think it was like $15-20. I'm like, cool,
Not
that
bad.
works. And they
That's
said,
a
all right,
steal.
yeah, you can come and pick it up. I said, that works. Porch pickup. What? And they're like, yeah, you have to come to the house, pick it up. It'll be on the front porch. I'm like, okay, that shouldn't be too bad. And of course, when they finally gave me the okay, it was like 5, 6 o'clock at night, and it was like 20 minutes from me. And around that time in that summer, it was getting dark around that time. So I was like, great. So I pull up, and it's like not a great neighborhood, and like no one's outside. I'm like, this is a little creepy. And I walk up front, and in just like a ShopRite bag is the 3 games just chilling out on the front porch. I'm like, this is weird. And they're like, yeah, just put the money in the mailbox. I'm like, I would not do that. I don't trust people.
Yeah, right. I'm like, dude, you want me to like Venmo you? Like,
yeah. And then when I went to go get the drum set, it was at a place like right next to, close to Rutgers or something. I don't know. And
what? All the way up there for you?
Yeah, it was like 40-minute drive for a $150 drum kit. Abso-fucking-lutely.
That's not bad, but yeah.
I get there and the guy's like, yeah, we don't use it. It was my son's. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, he died. I'm like, okay.
Fuck that. I would have been like, why isn't this free?
Yeah, right.
The only mildly concerning thing about when I got it was the snare drum. The skin had like a little tiny red spot, and I was like, that doesn't look like marker.
Clone his son and then sell him his son back.
I think it was that might have been for a different drum kit that I was looking into, but like I still remember
skin
that
on the
vividly.
drum. Skin on the drums is son, actually.
Exactly. But
no, son into a drum kit.
I agree though with like going and picking up stuff off of like Craigslist and stuff. It's normal now, but like
it's so weird that it's
10 years ago, especially. Well, I mean, still now my dad cares. He's like, oh, did you give me the address when you get there? And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I asked people to do that.
Wait, I don't know if I said that on the podcast when I went to go pick up a cymbal like a month ago. So he had an FX stack, a Zildjian FX stack that's normally like
those are nice.
$120. I think he charged me like 50. I'm like, cool, sounds good. So when I get there, he's like, hey, yeah, come right inside. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, come right inside. You can come and grab it. And I'm like, okay. So I go upstairs, and it's, of course, he's at upstairs apartment. I'm like, okay, it's a little weird. And he's like, all right, yeah, just come right over here. And then he opens up the door. He's like, go ahead, go right in. It's like, there's no one hiding to stick me with a needle or anything. So grab the cymbal. He's like, here, come in here. Let me show you my kit. I was like, okay, because it was like the next room over. I look at it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I got to start getting it going. And he just kept talking to me. I'm like, I get it. You're excited.
Stalling.
You're talking to another drummer. That's cool.
Yeah, right.
And then
probably wasn't a bad guy at all.
No, probably not. But then, like, I started walking out. He's like, hey, do you want to come into the basement? I got another kit down there. I was like, I am out the fucking door. He's like, oh, I mean, like the door's, like, right there. I was like, yeah, that door? Bye.
Yeah, see you.
Yeah, but no, that's
weird.
That was a little creepy because I think I just watched a horror movie right before, so good timing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get how people trust that shit. Like, I went with Don to do a Craigslist deal, and, like, they fucking left the bass on the table in the backyard. And, like, nobody was there. And I was like, we're not going to steal this because we're not that type of people. But, like,
someone could.
I kind of wish we were because how fucking dumb is this? Like,
teach them a lesson.
Just leave this bass on the fucking...
Oh, my God. Like, I respect the trust. You know what I mean? But, like, at the same time...
To a point, it's just stupidity.
Yeah, you don't know these people. You know what I mean? Like, and you can be cool as shit.
It's the sucky thing. Because even back, like, what was it, like 50, 60 years ago... When you talk to certain people that lived in, like, you know, the bad areas and everything, some areas are bad, some are not. And it would be that situation where they never lock their doors. And they're like, oh, we never lock our doors.
That blows my mind.
And that's the thing, though, because that's the time back then. And you could do that.
Right.
But nowadays, no. Like, I get paranoid when I'm leaving the house. There's people here. I lock the door. But then if I'm driving out and I see someone walking down the road by themselves, I'm like,
yeah, like, you good?
I keep looking. I'm like, they're not going to do anything, Eric. Don't do that. You're fine.
Yeah, right? Stop
bullshit.
I get more worried about white people, man. They're creepy around here. There's a lot of creepy-ass white people. Here.
What?
White people. I think white people scare me more than anyone.
I don't know. I've been startled.
And I'm not white, so I can say that.
I've been...
bullshit, Derek.
Yeah, right? It's going to sound really racist, but, like, I've been, like... not afraid of black people more, but like I've been startled because like they blend in at night. Oh my God. And then like I'll walk by and I hear like, what's up, man? I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't see him. Like he's dressed in all black. I'm like, you're gonna get hit by a car crossing the road because you
even my dogs know that was racist.
Oh my God. So what?
Claire walked out of the room.
What's up, man? Like I just hear, what's up, man? I'm like, fuck, you know, like I couldn't see anything.
Kind of like on topic. Go ahead.
Came out of stealth mode. I love that I couldn't hear it.
It's kind of on topic, but kind of not. I hate the fucking argument where people are like, oh, if I see, like, more so females make it. They're like, oh, if I see a man walking down the street at night, I cross the street. I'm like, bitch, so do I.
Yeah,
I know,
I do
right?
that
That's
too.
such a terrible
Absolutely.
fucking argument.
It's
the
not
difference
just you.
is, I'm not some fucking weirdo that's like, oh, I don't know what fucking excuses they make up, but I'm just like, that's just common sense. This guy looks like a weirdo. I'm gonna not walk right by him.
Oh, exactly.
Anyway, I have to clean up pencil shavings. Why are you yelling for?
Who is that?
There's
Who's yelling?
I had a conversation with someone because there's a lot of people online
Take your hands to
that
bed.
are like, if you go to a bad area, they get offended if you say,
I didn't say,
this is a bad area. It's a bad fucking area. What do you want me
what
to
it
say?
is, motherfucker.
Like, if you
Jesus
go
Christ.
by and you see people shooting up drugs right out front of a fucking bar, that's a
I've
pretty
seen
bad area. So,
Like,
dude, we
Baltimore.
see that around
Baltimore,
me.
yeah,
And it's-
right?
I'm not
I know.
even in Camden, and it's like
You're not in a bad area. That's the crazy part.
Baltimore
no, the
should
bad
be
area is
fucking
like
wiped off the
4
map.
blocks down the road.
Oh, I know. We
Yeah.
went by it the one time, and I was like, turn around. We went too
'Cause
far.
Gabby lives there, and she says, "Oh yeah,
That
there's like
sucks.
shootings every other night." I'm like,
Yeah, I
I'm
believe it.
Not surprised.
And it's funny we talked about that, though, because my favorite hobby is chasing women at night. Like, just running down the street and chasing after them. I don't even say anything. I just start running.
What are you, Richard Ramirez?
It's my
The Night
cardio.
Stalker?
That's my cardio. I just like, hello.
Back here,
run it.
bitch.
Flat-footed as fuck. Just run at him. Don't even wave or just like
tell me-
music.
They tell me to run on my toes. Instead, I use my heels.
I use my heel.
Oh,
That's where all the power is. That's where all the power is actually run backwards.
So,
Get
changing
down on all fours and
subjects
run after 'em.
again, because
Like-
that's what we do on this podcast. One of
It's
the
hilarious,
reasons,
dude. They all run and scream. It's hilarious.
One of the reasons Coates is on the podcast, not just because Rob disappeared.
He actually killed Rob.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about,
I've consumed him.
By birthright, the role is his.
look at his stomach. Does his stomach look distended?
Possession's 9/10 of the law, and he's in my ass right now. Wait, cut.
He walks away. Damn. What an asshole.
Well, exactly. He's got a whole man up there.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll wait till he... there he is. He's back.
Hey, that was a digestion joke. I ate him, and now I have to shit him out. That's what that is. God damn it.
I
He's
took it a
incubating
different
the
way
lower.
there, man. Took it a different
That's
way.
just fucking...
so
let's
did
wrap
he.
this episode up. God damn it.
Welcome to
Motherfucker.
Some Offense Taken. I'm Eric. That's
So the last-
Rob.
the
That's
last
Coates.
5
That's
minutes-
Ben.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Last
That's
5
rock
minutes, he gets
coats.
fucked in the ass, and I'm talking about chasing women.
God damn it.
So I'm going to spin the conversation. So one of the reasons that
Please.
Coates is here, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the official shots on set for the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City movie, which is the soft reboot for the movie franchise for Resident Evil. Ben, I know, probably doesn't care all that much, but
Not at all.
he's seen the characters from the game, so he knows
Oh,
what
yeah.
they look like. Now, that's the
Hollywood's
basis
full of
this
pedophiles, and I refuse
conversation.
to enable them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck
that-
Hollywood.
This is the basis of the conversation, though. A lot of people have been complaining about how some of the characters looks. That is one of Coates' biggest things. He just did a video and got DM'd and screamed at, which I find fucking hilarious.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
What is the conflict?
I will
For
show
me, the
you.
outsider.
And so this is why I am sharing my screen. So you guys can
Okay.
see, right?
Oh, I can watch your stream, right? That'll. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I gotta do?
It's
Yeah,
right in the
go.
call,
Yep.
so you can see it. So,
Oh,
So
look at
there's
this
Jill.
one.
all right, so this is the first shot we've gotten from the screenshots. So here is
Yes, sir.
the infamous Spencer Mansion, which is in Resident
Which
Evil
looks
1.
good.
It looks
This- Yeah,
that looks-
fan-fucking-tastic. I cannot
That's
wait
what I
to
would
see
think
the
it would
mansion.
look like.
And
So
that's where the picture ends.
this is where the disgruntled comments start. So let's
Okay.
start from right to left. Okay,
That's
so
best-
over
best to
here,
wor- well, maybe not best to worst, but
so over here we have Chris Redfield. Looks fan-fucking-tastic.
That's
That's
yeah,
actually
that's a
really
good. fit.
good. They did good.
That's a
7
good fit.
So
7,
then
8 out
we
of
go
10.
to the left.
Mm-hmm.
This, for what we know, and I'm pretty sure it is, this is Jill Valentine.
wrong.
Ben's like,
Wrong.
I know what Jill looks like. So,
That's what's wrong with it.
okay. Jill from the original, and I will show you here. I have this set up.
Oh, she
so
doesn't
this
have
is the team.
Hang on.
So this is Chris.
Yeah.
Chris looks fantastic. Jill looks like they wanted to do a different depiction, which is fine. This is my argument.
No.
It's fine. It happens all the time.
Yeah, but
So she has long hair. I think she does have the shoulder pads. I think they're there, but they're like not as like
they're like super high up.
yeah.
How deep do we want to go into this?
Oh, we're gonna go deep.
Deep as you want to
but-
go.
So she's also not wearing the beret. Some people are making the
Yeah, I
fact
got
that
a
she's
problem
not
with
like
that.
a pasty white girl, and it's like, who fucking cares about that? If she's a good
Honestly,
actress, who fucking cares?
That's a lot of shit people assumed I was talking about was that like Jill and Leon have a bit of a darker
we're gonna get to
complexion.
Leon.
And
There's
I'm like, I
two
don't
more
really give a
pictures.
fuck about all that. But look at Jill here, and then go back to the other picture, and look at Jill there. And it might sound like little like stupid shit, but one, she doesn't have the hat. We can't see the shoulder pads. The fucking sleeves I could care less about. She has long hair, and she just doesn't look. She doesn't look the part.
Now here's
and
the thing, though. What I will say, facial wise, I think she does kind of look like her a little bit. Like
Could be the angle.
it's just the angle. And again, this is the only on-set photos we have seen so far. Besides, they showed the RPD station when it was like pre-production, which looked awesome.
Like I said in my video, like these could just be shitty pictures, but this
True,
is what they gave us, so this is what we have to go on.
Is the guy in front? Is that Wesker?
This is Wesker.
Supposed
So
to be.
This is actually the guy who plays
That-
the big half monkey, half guy in the Umbrella Academy on Netflix.
I was gonna say that I feel like slightly more of a problem with than Jill.
You know what? I'm actually perfectly fine with it because
I'm
I
not
think.
surprised you've been complacent with Jill.
But
Why
no,
wouldn't you
no,
be cool
like-
with Wesker.
Also, if you think about it, though, when you look at Wesker in the original game, he's wearing sunglasses at night.
Fuck
Listen,
yeah,
it is the sunglasses.
he's fucking Wesker.
Listen,
Look at him.
but it's not
He
even
turns
just
into
RE1.
God.
Wesker always has glasses and a stupid slick back hair. So
But
it's,
I
he talks
do-
like
I
a
get
condescending
Let-
prick the whole time.
Disclaimer. I think he looks fucking ridiculous the entire franchise history.
Especially
However,
the sparkly
that-
jacket in 5.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite.
However,
the best
that is
incarnation.
that is the character.
Yeah,
He's fucking
just-
corny.
he's so above it. Mm-hmm. He thinks he's Neo.
5 minutes. Is
That
all I
guy
can spare.
is. You
7
cut him out of
minutes.
any
Or 7
fucking
minutes.
7
Jarhead.
minutes.
You cut him
Failure
out of any
7X.
Jarhead movie. That's who that guy is. That don't look like
So-
Wesker. It just looks
And
like
then
generic Jarhead.
what we have
movie.
here in the back is
And
not
this is a big
Barry.
fucking problem.
They said
That's a
it's
candle.
not Barry. They're saying it's
No.
Richard Aiken, which brings up a whole nother fucking
Aiken.
can of worms. Richard is not a part of this team. He's a part of the team that gets to the
He's
mansion
in the mansion.
before them.
Right. He's
He's the one that
In
gets
there
attacked
already,
by the
right?
giant snake.
Yeah.
right.
Where he says, "This house is filled with terrible demons." So that guy.
That was pretty good.
Ouch. That line.
Dude, the best voice acting's House of the Dead. Don't ask
So
me.
people are saying that Barry's not in it. I'm pretty sure Barry's in it. Didn't they?
They can't not have. I think the most comments I get on my video
If you
is
didn't
like,
have Barry, you
"Where's
fucked up,
Barry?"
right?
Yeah. Where's
And
Barry?
they can't not have Barry.
Barry.
Like, obviously, they can not have Barry, but then that's just completely fucking ridiculous.
And they might bring him in a different spot. Like maybe he's a part of the other team and they just swapped him and Richard, which it's okay. It's like
in a weird way, that kind of works because like that like shows Barry's badassness because he's like, "Oh, I've been here for fucking 3 days,
And
Renegade.
and
if
I'm
you think
kicking
about
ass,
it, they
and
could twist
Richard's super disposable." So
they
it's
could
like,
they could twist it where they have like he already knew he's partnered up with Wesker, so Wesker told him, "No, go with their team and then fuck them up before we get there." So like
Maybe.
I could see that. Like that could work. Now, my other can of worms part with this picture, why does everyone have an MP5? If this is like the late 90s or like mid 90s, in the original game, they all had pistols and they were pretty much out of ammo. Chris didn't even have a fucking gun.
They're gonna
and not
Hollywood
even
up
that.
any of the
If it is
fucking
the Samurai
engagements.
Edge, if it is a Samurai Edge, then they're fucking made specifically for them, so they have like a what's that word I'm looking for?
Loadout.
A sentimental like connection with the
it's
character.
I
theirs.
gotcha.
Yeah, all
Like,
of
there's
them
literally
because
the
Robert
Samurai
Kendo worked
Edge
with
Wesker
stars and
model.
made their own guns, so they have their own individual guns. Just like Leon. Leon has his own gun. So, back to back, Mansion, fine. Chris, fine. Jill,
Passable.
questionable.
Chris is 100%. They nailed it.
I'm still kind of blown away by Chris. Honestly, it looks like
dead
him.
nuts on. Yeah,
And like he's a mixture
That
of
guy's gonna
RE1
punch a boulder.
and RE5. He's got the fucking muscle, and it's like,
yeah, he's gonna punch a boulder.
But he's not roided out of his fucking.
and I'm fine
mind.
with that. That's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Chris-
Just like
Chris
they did with
is-
RE8.
Chris
They brought him
passes.
back.
It's not like Dwayne Johnson in a wig. Yeah,
We've all
Which I
seen the Doom
expected.
movie, right?
yeah.
All right, so
Not a
picture
fan.
number 2. I am perfectly fine with this picture. I have no problem with it. Also, again, it's the angles that it's shown. Lisa Trevor.
Yeah. My
So-
only gripe with this is that the mask looks a little too fake, and obviously it's a fucking mask. But
I
it's
get
supposed
that,
to be
yeah.
like her parents' faces, and it just
Do you have,
more
like, an
so
original?
looks like a.
Oh, I do. Yeah. It's very fucking tiny. Sorry, hold on.
You're good.
So
Like, look at that. That's fucking
Lisa
disgusting.
Trevor.
It's like a fucked up. Yeah. Okay.
and that's
like
the
some
whole thing. Though,
Leatherface
'cause when you
action.
look at that, and then you look at this one,
That's
it's very fucking similar. Like
same
it's actually,
effect. Yeah.
Yeah, like the tattered
pretty
clothes,
good.
they look fine. The hands look fucked up.
And that's
They're-
not special effect. That's just like
That's
cosmetic,
normal.
right?
Yeah.
And again-
costume.
as much as like we see in like this picture and this picture, they're gonna have a lot of film grain, so that just might be an artistic depiction of what they want the
Right.
edit to look like and finished.
Right. Right.
I
That's pretty
honestly
good.
think this looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to see Lisa. I'm so happy they're putting her in this because she
That's
has
pretty
one of the
good.
most tragic backstories of any Resident Evil
Here-
character.
Here's my issue here. I think this is the best picture they gave us. Again, I think the mask is a little too fake looking, but they're also saying that they're going to connect Lisa and Claire at some point to like the orphanage for this backstory, which doesn't make sense
It doesn't really. No.
at all. They don't work.
So they're
Lisa-
gonna like
Oh,
retcon
Lisa's,
this
yeah,
and shit?
Lisa's a teenager here. Like, she's young.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this too. Like it does. The architecture does kind of look like the mansion, but again, it could also be for the
It
police
could be
station.
the orphanage.
We don't know.
But even though, no, because Lisa's in the mansion. She's in the fucking basement.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she's outside at that one, yeah, but like the shack. But
Yeah,
point
so
being,
Lisa so far, not many complaints. I really don't have any complaints. I know a lot of people were pissed off about that little tiny piece of fucking hair that's coming out of her
That
eye.
shit's
And
fucking
I'm like,
stupid.
that.
I mean,
it's a fucked up
it
genetic
makes sense though
freak
because it's a mask.
that
It's
put
not her
a
actual
face,
face
on its face
Right.
because it doesn't want people seeing it.
Right.
And we
She's
haven't even
wearing
seen the other side.
skin.
There's another side to this, as you can see here. That side's more fucked up, and you can see her
Yeah, right.
face underneath. And they did show a picture of the actress that's playing Lisa Trevor, and they had the face makeup on like this side. Looks good. I'm like, cool. All right. So this is the most
Drum roll, please.
Yes, this is the most talked about thing that's pissing off a lot of people.
I didn't think I'd enjoy this, but this is kind of what? is
Leon
Get this shit outta here.
and Claire.
Trash.
That's horrible.
Trash.
That's
So-
Leon.
Let's start on
Yeah,
the
how-
right, and then we'll work
That's
to
a good question.
the left. So Kaya Scodelario, I like her as an actress. I've seen her in many different movies and TV shows, so I have a respect for her. She's gonna be fine. The character looks okay. It just looks like Kaya Scodelario cosplaying.
Right.
And obviously what they're doing, they're going to take from the remakes of all the games. So obviously Lisa Trevor was not in the original game. It was in the remake of the game. And they're wearing the outfits from the RE2 remake, which is, if you play
know-
If you ask
know.
me, the outfit is the only thing they got right in
Yeah,
this
that's
picture.
pretty
Yeah.
dead on.
Yeah, the outfits
Let me
are
say-
fucking good.
Let me throw this at you, with
Yeah.
regardless of her acting ability. The girl from Rogue One. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
I
main
do.
character chick. I think she would have been a better fit.
I do, but at the same time, Claire is what? She's like, what, 19, 20 in RE2?
And yeah,
So they wanted her to look young, and Kaya looks
I mean-
a little bit younger than the girl from Rogue
I
One.
she
guess.
looks like she's
A little
fucking
bit.
40 here.
Yeah, I was
Again,
gonna say she looks.
It's angles. And we
Oh
like
shit!
maybe.
Actually, yeah.
this
the Rogue
shot
One
right
bitch.
here, I really
Rogue One
don't
chick kinda
think is an
younger
actual still frame from the movie. I'm hoping it's
I
not
hope not.
because this. And you
That's
know what?
rough.
I'm gonna drop this before we go and attack Leon's character because I know Coach is gonna go all out.
It's not good.
One of the guys from Residents of Evil, a YouTube Twitch community that I absolutely fucking love. They talk about anything survival horror, Resident Evil. he brought up a good point, and I agreed. He's like, if this is made like a sci-fi movie and cheesy, I'm all in. And I'm like, you know what? I agree too. As long as it's creepy. If they keep it creepy but still have the cheese, that's always been the games. Like, Leon's a fucking wise ass. And I'm so excited to see that.
This Rogue One bitch is actually a pretty fucking... They should have went with this bitch.
I told you.
It could have been scheduling, or maybe they just...
I think she just looks younger. She looks young anyway. Like, when she did Rogue One, I thought she was like 17. I'm like, what the fuck?
So,
but
let's finish this up with Leon Kennedy. This is bursting
Lewis.
a lot of people's bubbles.
That's rough.
So, look.
It should have been Macaulay Culkin.
That would have been a better Leon.
I know. I'm half kidding. That's the sad part. His hair grows like that normally.
I mean, the hair, I can kind of be like, all right, I get it. If they would have maybe dyed it or something, like...
It's 2021. You're telling me we don't have fucking wigs?
Right.
Did you really
So all these
want a wig,
cosplay
though?
bitches buy.
But if the fucking budget's there, you're telling me they can't get away with a wig?
We don't even know what the fucking budget was for this movie.
Non-existent by the look of this.
Fucking fan-made DIY.
So
Fan-made.
I think the costumes, at least in this picture, are a little
better.
I get it. Like, I don't think all the effects are put into it, so like we don't know. It could look better with all like the different
filter
effects.
on it.
Yeah. Again, they could have gave us shitty pictures.
They could have exactly.
Shitty
This looks like a hey guys, go pose at the end of the hall so I can take a picture and show it to everyone. And that's what I kind of feel all of them were, maybe except for the Lisa one. Lisa kind of felt like that's a reveal shot, and like that felt normal. But
and also, like, don't get me wrong, because I'm all fucking... I don't know what day it is because all I do is play Call of Duty, but aside from the cop car, when are they together?
True.
And the
they
train.
split up the whole game?
They split up pretty much most of the game, and they come back at certain times, like...
But not like this. Like, if anything, that should be Ada next to him instead of, like, when the whole...
Ada is in it. I do remember they cast
name?
someone for Ada. Ada should be in this. So maybe it'll be something
what's
like...
Sherry's mom's name? Annette?
Annette Birkin, yep.
Yeah, like, this should be the scene where Annette blasts Leon. Spoiler alert! And fucking Ada has to go, like... That looks like what this scene's supposed to be. Because, I mean, obviously, you know, they're going to take liberties and switch it up a little bit.
And that's I think that's one of the reasons I'm excited for this, because I want to see what the fuck they're going to do with it. Because if they're pissing people off with this, I want to see how far they go pissing people off. Because that's always the masochistic side of me. It's just like, I want to see what they do to fuck this up. I want to see it. But
here's my problem. Like, if you read the article, it says like, oh, the guy's like beating himself, like, you know, pounding his chest, like, oh, my main priority was getting an actor that fits the role than an actor that looks the role. And I'm like, okay, I 100% agree with this.
I agree.
But like I just said 10 seconds ago, you couldn't have fucking dyed his hair. You couldn't have gave him a wig. You couldn't have shaved. And I know this is like sounds like stupid shit, but like you couldn't have shaved his mustache and made him look like the character. Like, I feel like it's a good business model to get the person that best fits the role and then make them look the role. It's easier to make them look the role than to have them fit the role. Right. And I feel like they half-assed.
Yeah,
I feel like
we can just make him cosplay and then that's him. No, no.
Yeah, right.
Even like the glasses and the slick back Wesker hair. Like, just fucking do it.
Yeah, but
the
my
Wesker,
one thing that
the
I
Wesker
said,
thing bothers me most.
I even filmed a video right after Ben lost power that day of my opinions on everything, and my camera just froze. Hold on one second.
Yeah, it did.
Hold on.
There you go.
Oh, technical difficulty.
Of course,
Please
technical
stand by.
difficulties. Why am I not surprised?
Picture
All right,
so
I'm just
bad
gonna
it
leave it
fried
off because
fucking
it's
night.
not.
At least it's
a
at the
video.
end. At least it's at the end.
Let me see. Hold on. What time?
Let's put a placeholder in.
It's at 53.
Oh, look, it's
my
me.
God.
Hello,
Yeah.
me.
Oh.
God, I look good.
Yeah.
Look, every time I talk, the bar goes up.
My pee-pee.
I like a dude that cha-cha.
So
Like a sissy girl.
what I said in my video about this topic was I'm waiting until I see a trailer. I'm waiting till I see a trailer to really start laying comments in. And it's like,
see,
I get it.
Another thing that throws me off is that people think, one, I feel like they think I hate the franchise, which couldn't be further from, like, Resident Evil has put out a lot of miserable shit, and I still can't, I will never hate this company or the franchise, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So one, that's stupid. But two, they also think my opinion is like fixed or whatever, like it won't change. And I'm like, we have 3 shitty pictures of like a fucking course. I'm gonna be critical, but like,
yeah, because that's all you got to work with.
People are fucking stupid, I guess is my point.
Well, you can't have, if you have opinion that you don't like something, that means you hate everything associated with it. That's where we're at now.
Yeah,
that's how discourse goes now.
And they think I want it to shit the bed, like you fucking idiots.
No, I
this is my favorite franchise. Like
I played like 1,
98,
4,
I was
5.
5 years old,
7,
4 years old.
Yeah,
and I was playing these games. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but my uncles bought the original Resident Evils on PlayStation.
Yeah,
and I would fucking play them. Like, I've been doing this for longer than I've known how to like fucking shit in a toilet. Like, I want everything they do to be perfect and flawless and good. Like, I don't want it to be bad because that hurts me. And these fucking idiots are like, racist. And I'm like, where the fuck does it even come into play?
They're all white. Like, bitch.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna self-hate here. Calm down. I think Wesker bothers me most, man. Why isn't he in like, why doesn't he have like the? You ever see what was it, Wild Wild West with like Will Smith, where he has like those tiny like black glasses on or whatever?
Fuck off.
Like, put those on, give it to fucking,
but like
some Dolph Lundgren looking motherfucker with his hair slicked back. Like, that's
multiple
Wesker.
shitty scenes where
Wesker.
also the fucking.
Be like,
there's multiple shitty scenes where the glasses are important because they do this cheesy fucking thing where you realize that Wesker has superpowers because his eyes glow through the glasses.
That's
and
not
there's no glasses
Veronica.
that glow through
He doesn't have
they're
all
probably
the
gonna roll that
superpowers yet.
shit in, allegedly.
They're not going to get to Code Veronica if they shit the bed on this one.
I am really hoping they don't try and make him Super Wesker in this movie because that does not. He dies at the end of RE1. Spoiler alert. I mean, it's been like 20 years, but
No,
Wesker fucking kind of
and
dies.
It also confuses me that they would name this Welcome to Raccoon City when it's based on 1 and 2. When 1 is the mansion and 2
is Raccoon City.
Raccoon City. If anything, it should have been based on 2 and 3.
We never know.
The only issue there
maybe
would
Jill
have been,
will actually have a cameo with Nemesis. You never know.
But that'd be cool right at the end, right?
There wouldn't be enough time. Unless, that'd be a good cliffhanger. That'd probably be the only thing that can save it based on these pictures. Again, this is not a fixed fucking opinion. Everyone, boys and girls, calm down.
You can't have an opinion. It's 2021. We can get pregnant, and you can't have an opinion.
Stop.
Men can get pregnant.
Oh my God. Continue.
The science is settled.
Science isn't even real.
Continue,
Science
Coates.
is racist, actually. White people.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Okay. But like I said, I'm just waiting for a trailer. That's my honest opinion with everything. I want to see if they can back it up with the acting, I'm fine. That's all I care about. Like, even if it's cheesy, if they make it on purpose cheesy, cool.
It should be cheesy.
Because that's what the games were.
The whole franchise was cheesy.
Yeah. Like, even when in RE2, the remake, when they meet up with each other for the first time after the explosion, she's just like, hey, come here often? And it's like, there you go. Like, that's what I want.
I can't wait till they do Resident Evil 6.
No.
All right, that's where we're ending it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Good night.
Dinosaurs and shit.
So, Coates, again, thank you for coming on the podcast very last second. And we will be. This is what, episode 21, right?
Yep, still.
Are y'all at? You hit 20?
Yeah, this is 21.
Hey, y'all can drink now. Let's go.
21.5 technically because we
legal to rock dog drunk. Let's go.
Oh my God.
What?
All right, everybody.
What did you do when you were 21?
Day. Have
pussy?
a great night.
Whatever.
Oh, shut up, Ben. And everyone have a great night.
Answer is he didn't. Bye.
Eat ass.
Yeah.
Eat ass.
Smoke grass, eat ass.